Yes, people, welcome to my channel. My name is Kev Stoic. This is a new YouTube channel. I didn't think I'd ever really make a YouTube channel, but I've got a couple of stories that I think might be quite useful, helpful to someone out there potentially, maybe. So why not share? You know, no harm, no foul. If someone enjoys it, then they enjoy it. So the title of this video is "I've just rejected my dream job." It sounds quite crazy to say it. You might say it doesn't make sense, and potentially it doesn't make sense, but I have rejected my dream job. I've got a successful career, which I've worked really hard to develop. I went to uni, did my undergrad, did my master's, and I'm working in a career that I really enjoy. That's really progressive, really profitable. I'm doing really well. I do quite enjoy it, in fairness, in comparison to a lot of my peers and other mates who maybe don't so much enjoy their 9 to 5s as much as I do mine, to be fair. But with that being said, it comes to a point where you have a decision to make. This is something I first picked up from Robert Kiyosaki. He's a great author. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is a book that I'd always recommend from him. He speaks about this in a lot of his teachings. And he says that in every man's life, maybe not just man to be fair, probably everyone's life, it gets to a point where you hit what's called a Y in the road, or fork in the road, where basically you're on a path, a particular path, you're going a certain way, that's your trajectory, and you can either go left or go right. And either path that you choose, whichever path that you choose, that's essentially the rest of your life. And for me today, after receiving my dream offer, my dream opportunity, something that I worked really hard to attain, that I went through a rigorous application process for, an extensive interview process over a couple of months, to be offered this position that I really dreamed of, that would really set me up for life. I'd be doing really, really well for myself as someone, you know, in my late 20s. But sitting in a car, once I left the office after I got the call to say that I was offered, you know, the role that I applied for, that I was dreaming of for the past 6 months or whatever, I realized that this was my fork in the road. This was my Y in the road. And if I turn left and go down that route, I'd be down that route. And next thing you know, I'm 65. And that's what my life was, that corporate 9 to 5 career, which is a great career. And as I say, I do enjoy it. I've got great colleagues. I've got a great network. I work in an enjoyable industry, in fairness, luckily for me. But I've always been someone that's had an entrepreneurial spirit. I've always wanted to do for myself and work for myself. Since school, really, I've always had sort of little side hustles and side businesses and other projects that I'd focus on outside of my work. But it's just because I was quite bright, I'd sort of take the safe route and go to school, go to uni, do my undergrad, do my masters, get my career. It just, it kind of just made sense because I was able to do it. But I'd always, in my mind, I always thought to myself that long term, I want to be my own boss, formally, not just have it. Everyone's got a side hustle and a side business, and I've got it, and it's doing okay. But I want to scale that up, is what I'm saying. I want that to be my life, and so that's my fork in the road. As of today, I've rejected that job offer, which sounds crazy and it doesn't make sense. But I've rejected that job offer, and I'm going to go down the right path, that fork in the road. I'm going down the right turn. And for me, it's not about just dropping your 9 to 5 and your responsibilities and then not being able to fend and manage for yourself and take care of the people around you, what have you. You still have to be logical, rational, smart about your decisions. So for me, what it means is that as of today, I'm in my current role that I've still been doing. That's a great role that I've been enjoying. But I've mentally checked out of that 9 to 5 life, if you like. And that doesn't mean, I'll just turn this light back on. That doesn't mean that I'm no longer professional or no longer good at my job or no longer able to embrace or enjoy my colleagues. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means that every spare moment that I have, I focus on my purpose and my business. That's what it means. From today, I start my exit plan, my exit strategy. You phase out from your professional corporate 9 to 5 life into your passion, purpose, business. As of today, I've started that sort of phase out process. And that's one of the main reasons why I had to reject this role, is because the role that I'm in currently offers me more flexibility to focus on scaling up my side business and making that my forefront. Whereas the new opportunity that I was offered, if I would have taken that opportunity, I'd be stuck in a particular location, in a particular career path, career role that, as good as it might have been, it wouldn't have allowed me the flexibility that I needed to focus on my business, which I'd like to scale up into my main piece of work, my main career. That is the main reason why I've had to turn the role down, is because I've chosen my business over my 9 to 5. And that means that staying in the role that I'm in now, which is a great role, it gives me that flexibility to focus on that exit strategy. So that's my advice to anyone who has a passion for something, for a business. Focus on trying to achieve that and attain that, and obviously go for that, but be smart about it. Develop in your mind an exit plan. Don't just drop whatever it is that pays the bills. You may still have responsibilities that you need to take care of. You know, it's a balancing act, and then you sort of phase out into what you consider to be your life purpose. Anyone who hasn't read, in the first case, Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, make sure you go and read that. A lot of his subsequent teachings that you can find on YouTube or anywhere else. He's just a great author. He's a great person. I watch a lot of his interviews. That why in the road, that fork in the road, for me, I've reached that today, and it's just it's almost an epiphany. It's fascinating. It's interesting. I wouldn't say it's scary. It's exciting. It's challenging. But luckily for me, as I say, I'm in a great career that I do really well for myself. I've worked to now have the flexibility to be able to try and focus on phasing into what I consider to be my life purpose. So that will be my plan going forward. And as I say, I mean, this YouTube channel isn't what my side business is, but I do have a couple of stories that I think could be useful to sort of share on YouTube to someone, anyone, no one. doesn't really matter. But yeah, that's just my thought. Well, I'd like to know, actually, if anyone does end up watching this video, if you've ever felt like you've come to your fork in the road, your why in the road, where you're on a particular path and you have to go left or right, and if you've ever had to make that decision. I'd like to sort of know if you've got any examples of that. Anyone who's watching this video, drop it in the comments. Let me know what your fork in the road was, and you know, what got you through that situation. How did you end up making that decision? What sort of things did you consider? Because I always find it interesting to hear about other people's stories and what makes them take that leap of faith, what pushes them over that edge, if you like, what just gives them that motivation to really go for what it is they want to go for. So I'm interested to hear. But if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe if you will. I'd really appreciate that. As I said, I'm going to try and drop more videos on a regular basis, just sort of self-improvement videos is what I'd like to call them, reaction videos potentially. In the car, I'll just record them like this, but I will just blur my face out. But usually on my computer, on my setup, I'll probably just not have my video up. I'll probably just sort of react to videos on screen, if you like. There's no real reason for it. It doesn't really matter. If my face gets shown, it gets shown. It's not a big deal. But I like real life, so. But yeah, appreciate you taking time out to watch this video. I need to get in my house now because I've literally just parked up. I'm tired from work. But yeah, my why in the road. Yeah. But yeah, subscribe to the channel. Kev Stoic. Peace out, guys. Appreciate it. Bye.